Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackard,
And I'm Leonka Reyna.
and this is the Haute Hustle Mystic Morning Show. And we are hosting the Crazy Rich Free Summit this season and for season 5, which we want to bring in as just a vibe.
It's so exciting. You had a couple words about what it means to be crazy. You had heard this from another speaker, and she said what she defined as crazy as an opposition to maybe sanity. So go ahead, talk a little bit about that.
So back in the day when people were crazy and put in insane asylums, basically it meant to break your mind. So,
okay.
gosh, that is what we do, but we break their belief systems and instead. Wow, now that vibe even makes more sense from a standpoint of creating change in the world.
Yes. And when you think about that as terms of crazy, we're learning all of this new stuff about rewiring the brain and creating new neural pathways. And so when you use crazy as a form to create new neural pathways, sign me up. I'm crazy, rich, and free.
I know. Screw the rest of you. Yet it seems that we're only crazy rich and free when we are truly playing with all of consciousness and contributing and following our designed desires, so to speak. That is what this summit is all about, really truly designed for you to follow your heart's desires, your purpose from within, and follow those nuggets of inspired action throughout your day.
Absolutely. Let's get started.
Yeah, we're going to start with Lisa Barnett. We've got 3 calls today. We meet every hour and a half, and we will just hopefully inspire you. I want to remind you, if you are in the chat and on the Zoom here, please say hello, where you're calling from, what you really want to get out of this week. We love emojis, and you'll notice that we have a little play that happens where people actually do say hello to each other in the chat. Make friends and really welcome to the community if you're new here.
Yeah, speaking of community, I want to take a quick second. Let's just drop in, take a deep breath. Oh, God, universe, guides, please allow us to have Crazy Rich Free, this summit, all the speakers, reach those who are meant to be reached. Just permeate this world with so much love and be able to be that catalyst, that momentum as we start this new year, and for bringing in the things that we most desire to have, the change we want most desire to see in this world. And God, just please know that we love you so much, and we are so grateful for all of the blessings that you have for us in this summit and beyond. Thank you. Yeah. All righty.
All right.
Let's go.
Just a couple other things. If you are on YouTube and you would love if you would like and subscribe, and just type in the chat there as well. We will be monitoring that. It's not as easy as Zoom, but we will still be there. So please don't feel like you're just absent because you're on the Zoom feed.
If you see me on my phone, that's what I'm doing. Hanging out with the people in the Zoom. So awesome.
All right. We are adding you up, Lisa.
A couple words about Lisa. Lisa says her sole purpose is to, in this incarnation, is to help people restore humanity's access to the Akashic Records, the library containing the soul's history and plan. She said 1,000 years ago, the Akashic field was pulled out of reach of the planet Earth because humans had missed its wisdom and power for personal gain. And the most important advanced light workers and mystics could only access it. Man, right? And isn't it exciting that we get to do this at this time? 30 years ago, the Age of Aquarius dawned and light workers were beginning to awaken. The Akashic Record keepers contacted her and asked her to help anchor a new energy of the Akashic field back into Earth. And this is that time. Exciting. Wow. There's so much more here, but we'll talk a little bit about it too. Because Lisa, man, she is truly a trailblazer, and she goes back with us very many years ago. Jeneth had been working with her since about, what,
2011?
Yeah. So this is quite the journey, and it's so exciting to be able to bring her full circle around while we do Crazy Rich and Free in this summit.
Welcome, Lisa.
Thank Thank you. I am always excited to join you both. And
Yay.
it's been fun. I know, like
Yeah.
how far back. And of course, I've been just having crazy flashbacks as we're moving into this new year and all of this new energy. I feel like I've been waiting for about 50 years or so.
To really feel alive.
Moment, I'm like, yay, please, yay.
Yes.
It's time.
It is time.
Let's talk about the Age of Aquarius. Can you define that as just to start the group and what that means and what it means as we reach this ascension as well?
As a traveling planet, right? And all of these planets and alignments are constantly changing, but there are 26,000 year yugas. Within each yuga, there is another, I don't know, half a dozen or a dozen smaller, like the Kali Yuga. They have their specific names and they last for thousands of years. Anyway, so this has been a very long process getting us to this point, but we've moved from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And what has been seen, predicted energetically because of the galactic alignments, that we have now moved into a new golden age. And I think one of the things that is really valuable to realize is that literally the dawning of the age of Aquarius started back in the 60s, and nothing happens in a minute, right? And it's the same thing even with this new 2026 year, even though higher alignments, more light, those who are really more awake, more conscious, more on a spiritual path, I believe we'll see amazing things happening in our lives, but a lot of the world will not. A lot of the world will still be living in the pain and the trauma as we are raising the vibration of the earth herself. Gaia herself is a sentient being. She's awakening. She will bring us with her no matter what we want to do. All of the light coming from the sun. It's a confluence of many things, but this yuga, this next 800 years is supposed to be a golden age. And again, it's for us to awaken. It's for us to raise our energies. It's for us to become much more conscious so that we can be truly the light workers we are, and to help all of humanity awaken. So I'm always excited to talk about it, to see everybody show up, to do this work, and to really realize, because you've known me for a long time, especially Jenith, when I first started talking about the Akashic Records back in the earlier 2000, most people had no idea what that even was.
No. And we always thought somebody else had to do it to us. We never even thought we could do it for ourselves.
And so, for me, it's phenomenal 25 years later to be like, yay.
Yeah.
When they asked me like 30 years ago to help re-anchor the Akash back to the planet, I thought, y'all are crazy. No one knows what this is. How am I supposed to do that? And they just kept saying, write these books, teach these classes, do these readings, just keep walking. Right?
Yep.
And 30 years later, I feel like, wow.
And you really have been the trailblazer and really a big leader for this. I remember hearing you speak a long time ago, back when I was working with Jenith. And so hearing you as a first-time speaker for myself, I was like, first I was like, what is she talking about? And then I was like, what is she talking about? And it was amazing. But innately, there was something so true and real about it. And I think that's what's really been calling people in. Would you say what has truly been the attraction that you see that as you've trailblazed this, the Akashic?
So to me, the great gift of the Akashic Records is that not only is it part of source energy, so it is a pure vibration of love and is here to hold us and to really help and support us and educate us in who we are as these really infinite souls. And so what I found over all of these years is that there's so much information in your own Akashic records, as well as some of the collective Akash. There's galactic Akash. This information helps us with our everyday life. It helps us to answer some of the little daily questions we have, which might even be about a relationship that you've had for a while and you wonder if it's still valid. We write soul contracts with people, and most of them do not last a lifetime. And so we can actually go into the Akashic records and say, do I have a contract with this person? Is it still valid? Is it over? What can I know? What was this contract about? Is it support or karmic? Did I come to help this person and they came to help and support me? Or am I here to learn and grow? And once I've learned and grown around that, I get to go. Right? We get to end that because the lesson is learned and we can move on. So everything from relationships, right, to our purposes, the gifts and talents we wanted to bring back to earth, who we've been, where we've lived. So much of that is fascinating, and I think can be really helpful to realize how, again, ancient and infinite we are, and where some of our challenges are stemming from.
Because if you were in a contract, for example, and I was just getting the idea coming into my head, talking about how freeing this would be, because if you are in a contract with someone, say it's maybe a marriage, right? And it wasn't meant to be a contract for ever or it forever in this lifetime, but you still are very much struggling with dogma and some of the things that say that we cannot get divorced or cannot end that type of contract, then there tends to be a lot of guilt around that, or a lot of confusion about that. I say guilt because a lot of times people will make themselves feel bad for not understanding why something is coming to a closure. When we can access something like the Akashic Records and know that we're receiving real answers that are meant for this soul, this lifetime, what do you find that people are receiving from that? Like for me, I see how that could be very freeing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting. And it's interesting to me when I do readings and it comes through just very clearly, like that contract's been over for 10 years.
Yes.
And the person is.
And they know it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but I felt bad. And I thought maybe, and I'm afraid to create bad karma. Or so we get wrapped up in a lot of different levels of fear and concerns and worries about all these things. And so when they realize, like, it was about learning this, ending that, and moving forward with the information that you now understand, that you've now received, that there's other people, maybe you're going to help with that information, or you will choose a very possibly different path. I've seen so many light workers who have been afraid to step into their light because their partners were non-believers, right?
Yes.
And they let that hold them back.
Yeah. And that could be anybody. It could be your next door neighbor that doesn't even want to talk to you because they're afraid you're going to read their mind, kind of thing. I've got to bring the humor occasionally. Of course. Lisa, the word that's been playing in my frequency is this word avatar embodiment, and really playing this world today more as a game. When I say that, what does that bring up?
First of all, it brings up.
What does
right?
that? Yeah, it reads, right?
To me,
I love doing it. Really, okay, I'll let you go.
I just feel like that's the truth. The truth is that we said, I want to go back and play this game again.
Yes,
I want
we
to
did.
finish some of the old stories. I want to help some of my soul family members. I want to create something new and cool. I want to more fully embody, as there's actually more light on the planet now than has been on the planet for thousands of years. I want to more fully embody some of my gifts and talents that I couldn't even access before.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is, for a lot of us, we've come back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, trying to bring more light, trying to embody more light. And we've often been thwarted, right? We were killed for being witches, right? We were thrown in dungeons for being heretics. We struggled to bring higher wisdom and more light to the earth. And so I really believe that all of the light workers who have been part of building this game. So one step further, Jeneth, is that not only are we here playing a game, we created the damn thing.
We did.
And I think that's really what we want to bring to light in this summit called Crazy Rich Free. And really, I like putting those words all together because it brings up something and it could charge people and it could resist people, but it is a frequency just putting those three words together. And I love just bringing up this tightness or this yes in others. And I feel like the Akashic Records could find all of that charginess just by saying three little words in a way.
Absolutely. I so love that because the truth is that most of us have had so many lives where we've been considered crazy, right? And we may have been locked in asylums or way worse, right? Gotten ourselves killed.
I know,
and we avoided it and didn't embrace who we actually were and instead called us crazy, which meant wrong.
Yeah.
And then we went down this whole stupid unworthiness track. And now we're here needing help from Lisa Barnett to clear out our karmic Akash because we screwed ourselves by calling ourselves crazy in a life before.
Or
earlier
worse,
this one.
have been persecuted, right? Have been burned at the stake and have really been, there's some really bad things that have happened in lifetimes that really unconsciously keep us from wanting to open up our own intuition, our own gifts, really looking into some of this stuff and then we don't even know it exists. I know that I've had times where I've been persecuted and was really claustrophobic, and it turns out that I had some type of persecution before because I was a witch, for better words. Like I was the knower.
That though.
Yeah, which totally brings to mind that I believe they actually called it the Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
it's a big metal physical shaped thing, and they crushed you in there with spikes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a thing.
Yep.
It was a thing.
Golly.
It was so a thing. I once went to a museum exhibit where they had all of the implements of torture from the Middle Ages, and it was so scary and mind-blowing. So
I bet.
Yeah.
When you think about those things and when we remember that we've had many lifetimes and then we wonder why we are really struggling with something that we cannot understand and it's bleeding through from times of like torture, it's no wonder that we have some of this stuff that floats around and our DNA remembers. It's very hard.
Frequency, it makes total sense. And if it's a timeline collapse, it all makes sense.
And the free part, I think, is Crazy Rich Free. Yeah. The truth is that we humans have honestly not been free in this, I'm going to call it, round of humanity since about 11,000 BC, when we first really came back and repopulated the planet after the Ice Age and the floods. We have not been free. And again, these are pieces, these are programs that have been written into this game, this matrix, this story that we're calling this 3D earthly life. We took this planet, this big rock, and said, okay, let's move it down from the 14th dimension slowly down to the third dimension over, I don't know, billions of years, who knows? No time, space, whatever that means. But literally, the earth has had very many different iterations: Tara, Tiamat, Earth, Gaia. Those are some of the names I'm familiar with, until we've come here. But part of this has been very much about some of the biggest patterns are the enslavement patterns. And so we literally have not been truly free. And I believe we are finally at a point in history where we have unwritten enough of the programs, that we have unraveled enough of these threads that have held us down, unchained ourselves and people, humanity, enough that we will break free. And again,
Yep.
some of us are breaking free right now. Today, yesterday,
Yes.
this year. People it might take them a couple more years. But it's important. That to me is the huge, powerful word that I feel and I love the Crazy Rich Free, because of course, there's a whole part of us that if we truly spoke and did and acted out in some of our multidimensional ways, people would think we were crazy.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's how you were going to complete that sentence. I was like, yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. That's why I brought it up right at the beginning, because yeah, we've got to embrace our crazy now, because that is innately us. We just had to conform.
And I really believe that now is time to break free and stop conforming. And the richness is so important in all ways, right? Because often when we are able to open and truly accept the abundance of the universe, let's just talk universe. The universe is here trying to bring you abundance. And we're like, no, not me, not little old me. I'm not worthy. We get over that.
Right.
That's exactly really, truly open to this expansiveness of the gifts of the universe, the infinite gifts, right? And we're bringing all of this together, and all of that will also help to create the freedom and to open us to creating the earth that we have come to create, this new earth that we will be building over the next probably a long time. It may be 50 years, it may be more than 100, but nothing is ever done. It's all a process always. And we're in finally that moment, like I say, that 60 years ago, and seriously, more than that, 65 years ago, I woke
counting?
up, I realized I was trapped in a body.
Yeah.
And I thought, no way, what am I doing here?
Yes.
And
well,
so
I think that's some of the healer's journey is that they've done so much to try to get out of this body. They've needed to heal because they've been numbing, they've been abusing their body, and in some way they've been tried to accidentally kill themselves kind of moment.
I would say that's even part of the hero's journey, right?
Yeah.
Like the human journey that a lot of people have done. But the empathic part sometimes of some healers would, then I'm just going to speak for myself. When I realized I was in this body, and then it was all of these things coming at me, the different trauma, whatnot, it became very easy to want to numb out, to escape my body. And what I'm learning is that there's a very real reason why I have a body. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be embodied with this beautiful new knowledge and experience, but it's taken me a long time to get here. How can we use the Akashic to collapse that, to enhance our experience?
So to me, the records really give us so many answers, right? If I ask my Akashic record keepers, and of course, after all these years, I probably asked them almost every question you could imagine again and again about different things. But why do I hate being in a body? And then they'll give me 3 to 5, 10 lifetimes where I've been killed for being me, for trying to hold more light, from trying to be that philosopher or that healer or that whatever. And when we realize that, and especially when we can clear the physical pain, the emotional pain, all of that trauma, that literally just collapses that into I understand that old story. I don't have to feel it. I don't have to fear it. I'm not going to experience that again. So to me, just the realization really collapses a lot of that old energy and moves us out of that story. So we are no longer afraid to be seen. We're no longer right? Hiding. We're stepping out there finally. So the records have the answers for us that help us understand. And to me, because we are in human bodies and we do have this whole mental aspect, but again, the more important part with the Akashic Records is that it's part of the quantum field of source. And so when you learn to read your own records, or you have a consultation with someone like myself, I bring my clients into the Akash with me so that they can feel the pure love and the peace of source. They're receiving that healing, whatever it might be. They may not know, we haven't asked the question, or we're just starting to converse about what they want to work on. But source has wrapped them already in that vibration of love and peace, and that is pure healing, whether we're doing anything in particular or not. And so working in the records for yourself or with someone really allows us not only to understand it, to get some of the mental story out of our head, to understand why. Also, to me, why would I choose an abusive family? Why would I choose to have that experience? Why would I choose
So
that?
can I raise my hand with this?
Yeah.
In a way, because so if your karmic pattern was unworth, this is just my theory. If your karmic pattern is unworthy, when you choose your parents, do you think that you would still choose from that space of unworthiness? Because you would match with the frequency and the vibration of it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right. So, yes. So I completely.
So then, yeah.
Yes.
Then as being the mirror for everything in this reality that you're creating, then wouldn't the frequency also be that would be a matching mirror? And they're there to trigger you and charge you so that you have a human growth out of this.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's my theory around it.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, and how you've seen, since you've seen so many people, is do you think that if we would all truly adore and love ourselves, that there could be hatred in this world? Do you see how? Because that would be the mirror effect that same way. I mean, I just contemplate these things on a regular basis now.
I love that. Yeah, that's just such a gorgeous thing to meditate on.
I know.
Be like,
yeah,
that is interesting.
Everyone love themselves.
Yeah,
there could be no hatred
because
and that could be something we set as an intention. That's the bigger thing. We are so powerful. Why couldn't we start with just ourselves and start, okay, if I love myself, then I am ridding just me permeating throughout the world and helping to rid the world of hate. If we look at it from that perspective, wouldn't it be more motivating to start to love, to fully be like, I'm loving myself? That could be something we can all take away as an intention.
I love
my
that.
goodness.
I so love that because it's true.
It's over.
Right?
So it's great when you get to it in like the first 30 minutes. Lisa,
but for those who it's a little bit harder to
and take some. If you would like a reading from Lisa, go ahead and raise your hand. Lisa, in doing your work, do you have a process or a pattern to really help people get back and remember who they actually are and that love and that adoration that they have for themselves? Do you have any practices on a regular that you do around that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Akashic Record Keepers have given me, I don't know, dozens of tools, which I teach in my online workshops. And that is so much to one of the favorite ones I always do is the rainbow shield, because we're just filling ourselves with our highest energy of your soul,
Wow.
of your
I can
Akashic
feel it
records,
starting.
the light
When
and
she
the
said that,
wisdom.
right?
Yeah.
You
It's
could
like you
feel
called
the,
in that frequency.
yeah.
Our hearts like lit up.
Yes.
Say it again.
Yeah.
What did you call it?
Rainbow shield.
Shield?
I call it rainbow shield. So it
Wow.
is really, and so
Neat.
why don't we do, let's do
Yes.
this.
Yes.
I'm going to bring everyone into the Akashic
Oh,
Records
good.
with
Yes.
me.
Yes.
We'll
You're right
do
by
a
mine.
quick rainbow shield, and then we'll do a couple readings.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, because that way you all get to feel that
Yes.
love.
Yeah.
Which answers so many questions. And
It
move
doesn't
into
it?
love, you're like, I don't have any questions. I always tell my students that. I'm like, write out your questions before you open your records, because once you open your records, you'll have no more questions, because you're just in source energy and in love. All the questions go away. So we have to write our questions while we're being muggles and we're in this density.
Of course, write your question while you're being a muggle.
I was going to say that is one of the benefits of working with someone who is a trailblazer.
Well, I mean, I was having a therapist. When somebody schedules a session, they usually come to me with something they're struggling with. I mean, why else would they?
Oh, of course. Sometimes when they have to write it down to remember, because you opens the records and then you're like, I've got love.
You're like, I got all love. I don't know. It's floating. All right, let's do it.
I love it. Okay, so if you can close your eyes and just sit back. And I always love putting my hands on my heart, because it really reminds us. And it's not just your fourth chakra heart. You have a high heart, which is where the thymus is, a spiritual heart. And let's just imagine that beautiful little spiritual heart opening and expanding as big as your body, as wide as your shoulders or your rib cage, just letting that beautiful spiritual portal heart open. And our fourth chakra heart also opens and expands as wide as your body. And we let the two beautiful heart centers merge together, becoming one sacred heart. Just feeling into that beautiful energy of sacred love that you hold in your body every day. And we breathe into that beautiful energy. And we ask the divine lords of unconditional love to help us center fully in this moment as we create this sacred space. Please wrap us in your love and protection, and allow us to travel to the highest realms of the Akasha available to us today. Please help as we lay our multidimensional hearts open to divine love and release all resistance. Lords of the Akashic Record, please guide us to the deepest truth we can access now. Support us in healing and releasing that which no longer serves on our true path. We give great thanks for your divine love and support on this journey today. Just letting yourself take a few deep, slow breaths. Noticing the beautiful divine source energy encircling you. As we just drift into the Akashic field, as we invite our own personal record keepers to encircle us, embrace us, and bring us into the Akash, the energy of pure love and peace. Good. And the record keepers are just suggesting we do this in a little different order. We have the collective records open, all held in this love. So why don't I'm going to call on a couple people. I see
Yes.
some hands up, or you can. And then at the end, I want to do the rainbow shield to fill us all up with our highest Akashic energy, because I know we're doing some collective group healing here. So we'll clear a bunch of old junk out, and then we'll fill ourselves up with our highest Akashic wisdom light, our highest soul energy, and create that rainbow shield.
Great.
Okay, yay. So I saw Renee's hand go up first, so I'm just going to invite her to unmute herself and see what you want to ask.
Fabulous.
Hello. I'm open for whatever comes forth, so I have nothing particular.
Okay, no challenges in your life? Just
Yes, I have plenty. So that's why I'm open to what is going to be the most challenging.
you know what they're showing me, actually, and this feels very true for you and for a lot of other people who are on the call. What I'm seeing is very blocked first and second chakras. And it's affecting relationships, empowerment, embodiment, purpose. It actually is affecting a lot of the challenges that most of us humans have. So what they're suggesting is I will do a energy clearing. So what they're saying is the back. So interestingly, we actually have, if you looked at your body sideways, every chakra looks like a tube, and it has 12 layers from the front to the back. And so we're way, again, more complex than we usually think we are. And the back 4 layers are the unconscious. And so that is often where people court us, where we get attacked, where we shove all of our unconscious beliefs, all of our emotional pain and trauma, all ends up in the back of our chakras. I'm just going to go through, and they almost look like plugs made out of mud, for lack of a better word for it. So I'm going to clear and release that from everyone's first and second chakras. It's not only this lifetime, they're saying it's many different lifetimes of trauma. And so we're going to clear that out of the first and second. First chakra is very much about survival, and most of us have a lot of different death pictures in there. That means a lot of death traumas from other lifetimes also. So as we clear that energy out, the blocks, the stuck, the unconscious levels and layers, we're just going to run beautiful source quantum energy, golden light through that first chakra, just letting it not only clear, release, delete anything that's blocking, but really update and upgrade that first chakra. So it moves and flows, and they're like apertures. They open and close, and they want to be fluid. And so we're going to do the same thing with the second chakra. Just giving that a lovely clearing, healing, releasing. They're burning a couple of old soul contracts. So second chakras, again, we're complicated. So there's a lot of emotion, the emotional pain and trauma connected into the second, as well as first, because survival. But some of the sexual contracts, some of the personal contracts. And so there's a couple of contracts that are in there that you were definitely holding, that they're burning. And they're just, of course, when we bring everyone into the Akash, we are inviting your own record keepers in to join you. So I am asking each person's record keepers to burn appropriate contracts that are complete, any vows that you've made around hiding that pain or not having love, or there's a lot of energy around not good enough, believing. And so again, another huge pattern. These are part of the big patterns that have kept us locked down in this 3D matrix for so long. So we're just clearing, releasing all of that for everyone, and just running beautiful golden energy through that first and second chakra. And asking our record keepers to just go through and clear and update everyone's chakras all the way up to the 6th. And they can just continue to work on you and let that continue to update. So you may feel it a little bit higher in the body. But again, no time and space in the quantum field or in the Akashic Records or in source, no time space there. So we will let that
Great.
continue to heal.
Thank you.
Beautiful. You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Dana is up next.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Reverend Lisa.
Hi, Dana.
So I've done some very deep soul level healing and have completed a 21-year contract energetically, and I'm about to do it physically. So I'm just curious what my soul would most like me to know as I step into this next chapter.
Really, the big word that's coming through is freedom for you. Finally, freedom.
Oh, yes.
So they want you to know, again, perfect divine right order, that beautiful divine timing. They want to make sure that there is no old beating yourself up for anything. And
no, it's over.
Good. Yeah, it's exciting. And I just feel that expanse of the freedom coming in. And so just allowing that ease and grace and speed, feels like whatever that means for you, speed, to quickly step into, to fully step into this space of freedom for yourself, your life, like a whole new life. It feels quite beautiful. So,
Yes, I feel like my life is just starting at 50.
yay, yeah, so beautiful. Yes, freedom. Yay.
It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much.
Of course, so many blessings. Wow. Thank you.
The Chiron return is at 50. A lot of people waken. All right, and let's go ahead and take Beverly. Beverly, you're up.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Really? Yep, yep.
Okay, thank you. I'm just wondering, this year is a big year of like upheaval and change and stuff for me. And I'm just wondering what I should focus on personally just for myself to get through all that.
So what they're saying is really focus on your heart and on working with your heart. As I just was speaking about opening your fourth chakra as wide as the body and the spiritual heart as wide as the body, and letting them merge into the sacred heart, and then letting that really be as big as your aura if that's comfortable. They want you to hang out in your heart and feel the truth of who you are, and fully, and these things really are practices. It's easy to say, but it's not nearly as easy to do. Allowing that embodiment of love that you have come to be.
And how is the best way to practice that? I do some meditations and work through my chakras and stuff, but to get started on that, what would be the best way to do that?
They're just saying almost as simply as I just explained it. It would be like, yeah, whatever your kind of meditative process is. Maybe you sit down and you go into your beautiful space, into a meditative state, and then they're saying talk to your heart and invite your heart to really be the fullness of you, and let yourself feel and see that expanse and see that moving. I often see it like a beautiful spinning ball of light, and just let yourself experience whatever you experience, and then opening that high heart and letting that grow and blend. And so even if you did that for just 10 minutes a day, they're saying that would be so powerful to really shift all of the focus. And they're also saying that is creating the magnetic resonance of love and peace for yourself. And that is what you will then be experiencing instead of whatever else you're imagining. Let's know it's all peace and love.
Great, thank you.
Of course. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
And let's take one more. I'm being called to say Lisa P. Lisa P. or Liz. I'm sorry, Liz P. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Hi.
Thank you so much for doing this. This is really exciting.
Good. My
Um,
pleasure. Yeah, what can I help you with?
so I would say in the last year or two, been slowly just discovering myself spiritually and have really been working on digging deep, partly because I always just felt out of place. Like I wasn't from here. It's like I'm a visitor here. And so I've always been curious if I've ever had other travel points and how they influence me currently.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say in general that no one just comes to Earth, right? So we are all star seeds. We are all multidimensional. We've taken many different shapes and forms over like this infinite time that we exist as souls. The planet or a little collective group of planets that's popping up is Sirius, which is also known as the dog star. There's Sirius A and B. Many of us relate to having been from Sirius, very connected to the ancient Egyptian gods. Sirius A is very much a water world, so whales, dolphins, and mermaids, or mer people. So often those are the two real kind of connection points, if that makes any sense. If you've always been interested in like dolphins or Egypt, but there's a lot of, and the beings from Sirius have been coming here and helping and supporting us forever. And we have a lot of different kinds of connections. There's powerful lion beings. There's some very blue kinds of more humanoid beings. There's more fairies. So it's at least three worlds, A, B, and C, that we know of. But they're saying that you've spent many lives in Sirius, and you might look that up and see what else you see. But there's a lot of love and wisdom, some tech that comes from Sirius, but really I always get them as love, as so much love, and here in support. And so when I have been gifted 8 galactic access prayers to help people open their own Akashic records. So when you learn to open your records with me, you also learn about who you are as a star seed and where you may have been from, because there's a Syrian prayer and an Arcturian prayer and a Lyran prayer and a Pleiadian prayer, right? So all these different, so it connects to some of your home world energy. Fun to know, so you can check into that, and that's part of why you feel like you're not really from here.
Yeah, yeah, because you're not.
Yeah.
Lisa, I know you want to wrap up with the rainbow. Can we, in between, add your special offer here?
Yeah, of course.
I've gotten a couple questions of like, how do I open my Akashic records? And
Yeah.
I thought it was a great lead in.
I also feel that there's one other thing I want to address with this question up here. How do we heal from childhood trauma so that we can find our life purpose? And I just think it's really important that you don't have to heal everything to be able to move forward. I feel like we're always on this constant journey of healing. And it's almost like I've got to clear out all the past before I can move forward. And I feel like that sticks so many. And I just felt like maybe you could address that while I bring up your special offer.
Absolutely. So yes, I agree 100%.
And that was the same question on the chat too.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because so everything has a bunch of answers. And again, one of the great gifts of the Akashic Records, especially learning to work in your own records, because it's more than one level or layer. But one of the things that I found that the Akashic Records is very powerful for, again, bringing you into this field of source energy, which is giving you immediate energetic healing. I also teach my students in Akashic Self-Mastery to clear and actually blow up. I like to blow stuff up and burn it. I'm big on just getting rid of it. Some of the emotional pain and trauma that look almost white hot balls of little fire, like not in a good way, right? Like a white hot coal that you don't want to touch. So you're not going to go near it. And that's a ball of emotional pain and trauma. Sometimes you can blow up one or two of them and it's enough, right? We don't have to dig out every story. It's not about excavating every bad thing that ever happened to you. In the Akash, we can say, before I embodied, I wanted to finish that karmic pattern. I wanted to learn about that situation. I wanted to help other people who had similar things happen to them in their lives. And in the records, you start to understand that in a bigger way that I feel like it just opens and releases that energy with much greater ease. So you can stop digging and start being like, okay, I get that. I understand why I picked that family, and that makes sense. And I have learned a lot, and maybe I'll do something with that. Maybe I'll be a therapist. Maybe I'll use hypnotherapy to help people, or do some EFT or some kind of tapping or whatever it might be as part of your path. But we start to realize that we have come to reclaim these as gifts and talents, and often use them in some way or another, and it may be a tiny way, to go forward and as one of our purposes. So it's important to understand that really your soul plan is your purpose, like to understand who you are as an infinite soul with all of these gifts and talents and all of this amazing work you've done throughout the time-space continuum. And I think it's really important for all of us to realize that looking for a thing is stopping us from more fully embodying all of our beautiful multidimensionality and our gifts and our wisdom
and life experience.
And our experience. Exactly. Yeah. So we're like ignoring the gift of who you are in truth in search of a name or a job description or a title or a thing. It's many gifts and talents. We've come to, and we'll talk about this a little bit, what we talk about my program.
Well, let's go ahead and just do that right now.
Yeah.
We're just getting a little tight on time. So
yes.
Perfect. All right. Let's talk about how people can work with you, Lisa, in an easy way.
This is Empower Your Inner Goddess. So again, at this time in history, it is a huge time to empower ourselves, to own our divine feminine energy, and to help actually rebalance the divine feminine and the sacred masculine energy. One of the things the record keepers say, that until we balance male and female energy on our planet, again, it will be impossible to literally continue to raise the vibration, because it's such an important part of who we are as humans embodied. So this is a pre-recorded program, and we really go in and work on healing and clearing our divine feminine trauma from all of these different lifetimes where we were in the ancient mystery schools, where we were in the goddess temples, where we were spiritual teachers and healers and wisdom keepers and shaman, and all of these things we've been where there's been trauma. So in this program, we spend about 6 hours pre-recorded, where you would go through and you would go through all of these different past lives that have showed up to be cleared and released. You learn some healing prayers, some clearing tools, some different grace points, and we do a lot of past life clearing of trauma that is still affecting us. It affects us as standing up as women, as being really able to fully embody our power. And so the price is I think $97 for
Yeah,
here,
I was thinking,
right?
It is. We have a special, let me give you that link in the chat.
Wow. So this is such a great deal.
Yeah.
Do y'all see that?
Wow.
She normally sells this for $333 on her site, but has given us this beautiful package for $97. So we have a special link for you to register for that. And it's very limited time. And of course, she can only do a certain number at this pricing and was so gracious to do that for us for this summit.
Yeah,
This is
so
a
you
huge
can read,
program.
It's a huge program for sure.
that's right.
I want to
You
say
can
that
read
it's
through.
probably good
Yep.
for men too. It's not
Yes.
just a women's program,
I
it's
agree.
to embrace the other side that we've been hiding from and ignoring.
Because not only do we hold both male and female in each body, but we have all been both. And so there are plenty of lives where you may be a male in this life, but in another life, you were part of an ancient mystery school or a goddess temple or a female healer, and you've experienced these traumas and these enslavement patterns. And so a lot of this is about helping us to unbury a lot of who we truly are as these ancient, wise, divine souls holding divine feminine and or sacred masculine in this life and coming to bring them together in balance. It's so important right now this year to do this kind of work, right? So really
Absolutely.
transform the world through these sorts of things because it bleeds into this life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we want to do Rainbow Shield. I know I'm going to do a speed version.
Okay, cool.
Good. So just letting yourself take another nice deep belly breath and just inviting your soul to come really fully centered and down into the physical body as we anchor the soul into the body, activating all of the energy in the physical form. And I like to just imagine like a glass pitcher filled with golden liquid light, and and it's just hovering above your crown chakra. That golden liquid light is the soul essence, this divine infinite essence of you and your soul. And we just want to pour that gold energy right down into your crown chakra. It pours into your feet, and it's just going to fill your whole body. Feet and legs, filling your whole torso, arms and head, just feeling that golden light that you truly are. And after it fills the body, it spills around you, filling the whole auric field all around the body until you become a beautiful golden egg. Your aura is all solidly gold. And this is about embodying you and your soul, owning, being the sovereign of the physical and the energetic field that is you. So imagine that golden egg around the golden body. Now we want to activate our rainbow shield to strengthen our auric field. And so there's a layer of red around the gold. That's layer of the auric field red. And then there's an orange layer and a yellow layer. And a green layer on top of the yellow and a blue layer on top of all of those. And there's one more indigo layer and a violet layer all around your beautiful golden egg. And we want to activate this energy of this rainbow shield by stating that no one and nothing may enter my physical body, my energy field, or my auric field without my permission and my consent. And so it is.
Wow.
So it's useful to do something like that every day, to be the sovereign, to own your space, to not let people run you around and take over your field and get in your head, all of the things that happened in our world.
Oh my goodness. It just feels so spacious and light. And it almost felt like we could just call up those words, Rainbow Shield Activate, or
Yeah, just imagine that. I just see golden me, golden egg, rainbow shield, all just feel it. And that's all it takes to really activate these beautiful energies. Just picture, imagine, feel, know. And there it is.
Wow. Any last words before we wrap up this conversation?
Just so grateful for the beautiful work that you two are doing and bringing out into the world. I am
Thank
just
you.
adding my Akashic energy to the beautiful Crazy Rich and Free Summit, because I love all of
My
those
goodness.
energies. I just see them
Yes.
sparkling, crazy, rich, and free, sparkling. Yay. And it
Yay.
just
Yes.
feels good and beautiful and exciting.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your time, too.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Lisa's link is in the chat. It will be in the YouTube caption later, and it will also be in the show notes on any podcast that you may see. Just as a reminder, Lisa, it's just so nice to be back in your energy. I'm just super grateful that you're here.
Oh, thank you so much. It's just a beautiful way to start out my new year too with my Monday morning. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank everyone so much. We just want to make sure we close and lock everyone's Akashic
Okay.
Records
Yes.
for
Love
now.
that.
And I am so grateful to have spent time in the records of this group. It's beautiful and profound, and all of your energy brings healing out, rippling out into the world. So thank you all.
Thank you. All right, you guys, stick around. We have another speaker coming up in 10 minutes, and we have a couple announcements just so that you can look out for it during
Yes.
the show.
Right before you give the announcements,
Okay.
I will put I know that we have a couple requests to get the links to read the special offer and to post the special offer in the live chat, and I'll get that up for Lisa in just a couple seconds as well. So hang tight for that.
Great. So during this week, we are opening up our inner circle, which is called Mystique Societe. And it has been running for about 2 years now, and we just have the best fun with them. It also has a live event that we do each year. And if you guys sign up for it this year, if it's okay with Lianka, I would like to give everyone a ticket to that live event.
Wow. Hold on. Let me think about this. Of course. Yes, I am so much a yes for that.
But
Oh
I
my
am
God,
going
that's
to say you
exciting.
have to get the annual pass, which is for this week only, 222. This
Okay.
week only. It ends right after this immersion week.
Yeah.
And then you can also get a free ticket to our live event.
So the 222, it includes the free the ticket to the live event.
Correct.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So look for that. We are doing our show on Thursday. We're the second guest on Thursday, and we'll be talking all about it. But mostly we'll be playing with you. We are both hypnotherapists. Lianka, do you want to say a little bit about your work that you do?
So I do work from QHHT. It's the work from Dolores Cannon as she taught it. And basically it works with the somnambulistic state of mind, so the penal code. And we just go in really deep. I do some channeling, live channeling in that process. And it really works from you speaking with your own voice. So it's really interesting work. Go ahead.
Okay.
I didn't know how long you want us to go.
No, but that was fine. You're just like rushed it at the end. You're like,
Go ahead. I'm long-winded. I could go forever. Let's just go.
We're both long-winded because we have mics in front of us all day, every day. I'm also a hypnotherapist. I do these energetic dragon simonic sessions where we will actually go inside and really see some of where that pattern is ickiness inside of you. So you'll be invited to possibly work with us also this Thursday, and we'll tell you a lot more about that. So that just look for that as we play and have more conversations.
Absolutely.
Next, we've got Ahamna, who on their last summit just totally blew our mind on how much she's been through, how much she's up leveling, how much she is truly breaking patterns left and right for her clients.
She even made a music video most recently, and I heard her music as she was doing another promo, and I was like, I am in love with this song. She was like, have you heard the music video? And she had it posted on Instagram, and I was like, no, but I'm gonna go check it out right now. She's amazing. Ahamna is one of those another trailblazers that we've been working with for a long time, and we've watched her progression, and it's mind-blowing. And this is the type of progression that she provides for her clients. So it's really fun to feature all these wonderful speakers that we're going to have on the summit.
Absolutely.
I didn't know how much time you were wanting us to use talking about Mystique or talking about.
I
so that's
didn't
why I'm
have
like,
a time. We don't plan this. I just felt like we should take a little bit of time and just welcome you guys, because sometimes right at the beginning we've got to rush in.
Yes.
Because we don't want the
Yes.
speaker to take away from any of their time.
Another thing too that I wanted to say is be sure to bring out your journal. I'm a really big journaler. I'm a big advocate for it. I wasn't always, but I have really picked it up and over the last couple of years. And during these summits, myself included, I have had some really phenomenal shifts. And to the point where I've lost weight, I look different. If you look back, our people that are in the Mystique are completely have been transformed. This is real beautiful work that these speakers have put together to come and share with us. And you can and will be transformed if you allow it during these summits.
Yep.
I mean, it is full on. And if you can't be with us the whole time, that's okay. You still get the benefit of all of the summit, even if you are someone that didn't even raise their hand. I promise you, the divine has already worked it out where the person that's raising their hand, there is always something for us, every single person. Whenever somebody asks a question, you may not think so, but I promise you there is. Even if it's about a relationship,
Yep.
right? So I just want to leave my man. I'm like, I don't want to leave my man. But when I listen to the answer,
You still get the help.
yes, I still get benefits from the answers from the energy of the speaker. It talks about for me, then I start to look at the other different relationships, other things. So again, these are meant to be listened to and re-listened to. All of the recordings will be out there. You can get the recordings delivered to your inbox by signing up for our VIP. So there's a VIP package where you can get them all forever, lifetime. Again, anybody that gets that, they get all of the other summits that we've done too. So these are meant to be built upon. These are meant to be listened to over and over again, even in the background of your life, because there is something that moves through and permeates. I get so excited when I think about it because it's so much bigger than Janet and I.
Yeah.
And it's really meant to change the world.
We're just the
dare I so
NPC
boldly
players.
say.
We're just the NPC players in your life. Helping nudge you forward.
That are becoming prominent players in your life that are helped to nudge you forward. It depends on what you want, right? If you want to have that background player, or you want to be like, you know what, I will have this be more prominent in my life and I'll take this in. And that's where you bring in your journal.
Absolutely.
Dare I say, I don't even have mine in front of me. And I stole yours.
I stole mine for the little logo, man.
Cute. I'm so excited.
I was reaching over and taking
I feel so official now, like official talk show now. Yeah. We also, speaking of talk show, we also have the live talk show every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. So we have a new speaker. Usually we're so booked out. It's already to March with all new speakers. Great season in store for everyone. And if you can't listen to what I call the live taping, right, to the 9 a.m., all of them are edited so that they're a little bit more podcast friendly, so that you don't get all the uhs. And they are all put back out onto YouTube. And so you can sign up to subscribe to be a YouTube subscriber for at Haute Hustle. And then also you can find it anywhere you find your podcast pods.
Yep. Yeah. So after this week, just plan to come back every Tuesday and Thursday and hang with us.
Yeah.
We do usually have a guest too.
And you can sign up to be a part of our community on our email list, which is at hautehustle.com. Again, that's hautehustle.com. And you just that's our newsletter. It tells you who's coming out on the show. You can either choose to get daily notifications or you can get them weekly. It just keeps you in the know, and it gives you all the information about the different speakers that we have coming on this season.